How we doing? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. What a pleasure to be in Brazil. Please give it up for my great director, Josh Safdie, please.
We're so happy to be here with you. It's an honor to share this stage with you guys. E aí, gente, vocês gostaram? Façam barulho! Now, I'm gonna call someone to help me, okay? Forlani, come here. Give me a hand.
Yeah, Thunder!
Barulho pro Forlani, gente! Shall we go to our seats?
Oh, yeah.
Let's start the Supreme panel.
All right. That was quite an entrance. Yeah. Right.
He deserves it.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Well, once again.
We don't talk to them.
Oh no?
No, they are here to protect
Okay.
the dream. No,
Protect the secret of the film, maybe.
maybe.
Okay. Once again, I'm gonna say it's an enormous pleasure to have you all here. And first of all, just wanted to know, how are you guys doing? How's Brazil treating you so far?
We're doing great, you know. I don't speak for Josh, but I'll speak for myself and say how grateful we are to be in Sao Paulo. This movie doesn't come out till January 22nd here. It's different than in the United States on Christmas Day, but we hope you guys take the time to see it. It's a movie we worked tremendously hard on. Josh is one of the, if not the greatest director in America right now. So it's an enormous honor to work with him, and I think you guys, if you like Hugo Calderano, you're gonna like this movie, you know?
Oh, it's a tremendous honor to be here. Brazil has an incredible energy and a passion. I once knew a friend many years ago who was Brazilian, and she loved to scream. She would throw. Well, exactly. Just passionate, very, very passionate. She would make her opinions known all the time, and it was, and I really appreciated that. So I'm happy to be here, and it's incredible to see the passion that you guys have for such an incredible actor, Timothée, who gave this film so much. I can't wait for you all to see what he did in this film. And thank you guys for giving us the stage here.
Yes.
I feel like when we like something,
Good.
you know, Brazilians.
Absolutely.
And well, speaking about energy, everything that we've seen so far about this movie is just amazing. In the trailer and in the promo, there's a lot of energy in there. Was this always the premise of this project?
Was this the energy? Was always the premise?
Energy.
Yeah, I think the movie is about a hardcore dreamer, and it's about the urgency when no one else believes in your dream, the urgency of which you need to pursue it, because every second that you stop believing, the world will destroy it. No one wants a dream to exist, just like no one wants a film to exist. Everything that the world does to a dream is to try to kill it and suppress it, so you have to dream even bigger, and you have to act with an urgency, and that is kind of what this film is about, is the urgency to dream. And I think the tension comes from that.
I agree completely. This movie's about dreaming big. That's why the tagline is what it is. If you would have told me at 18 years old I would be with a fellow New Yorker promoting this movie in Sao Paulo, getting to travel the world with some of my best friends, promoting a movie I'm genuinely so proud of and so excited for everyone here to see. It's Marty Supreme. It's a movie about table tennis that I couldn't have a higher valuation of. That I just think to be in this man's hands with the cast we have, it's a treat. I really hope everyone here takes the chance to see it.
And all of the collaborators, all of the craft around us were the top. These were all the biggest dreamers in the world. You know, Darius Kanji, the cinematographer, Jack Fist, the production designer, Miyako Belizio did the costumes, Kay Giorgio did the hair, Daniel Lopatin did the score. We were all in service of the passion of Marty.
And a great cast, Gwyneth Paltrow, Tyler the Creator, Odessa has Kevin O'Leary.
When you're talking about the music, masterfully blend the 1950s aesthetic with New York City streets, with new wave soundtrack, as we were hearing on the entrance here, create a truly authentic paradigm shift. If you think, why did you choose to create this just exposition that makes the film almost like irresistible to watch?
Yeah, it was an idea that came to me instinctually, and so there's the instinctual answer is I was doing research looking at footage from the 1940s, which obviously is real, and that's why I mentioned all my collaborators that I had about the level of expectation that we had was reality. So all of those collaborators that I just mentioned, that was the bar that we set. So I was watching with Peter Gabriel, and I decided to put I Have the Touch on because I felt like these kids had that energy, they had that hustle in them, and I wanted to hear that song. So that's the guttural answer. Then I started thinking about why did I feel that way, and I think Marty is way ahead of his time. And I think the movie is kind of told from the emotional psyche of the main character. That's why it has such an urgency to it. And you know, he's a futuristic person. I mean, the way he played the sport was like the way it started to be played in the future, despite being a hard bat player. And I think that, you know, the 80s in particular, the new wave movement was the first era of post-modernity where we started to do things again. And if you look at a movie like Back to the Future is in the 80s and they were going back to the 50s. Yeah. And there's a reason for all that. So I think instinctually I had this desire to hear that music against this backdrop. And then the more I started to think about it, the more it made sense. In the 80s, the American dream became bigger. It became put into quotes. Reagan was trying to go back to the excellence that America had after the war. So it was, in a way, the movie is chasing the opulence and the prosperity of the 50s through the 80s.
As a kid who grew up in the 80s, I loved it.
And the music is great.
Yeah, the music is great.
Yeah.
Timothée, far beyond your amazing performance in the film, the desire to be one of the great names in the history of cinema. So I wanted to know what moves you to keep facing new challenges in life and in your career, of course.
And the people that inspired me to become an actor in the first place, the greats before me, the Denzel Washingtons, the Leonardo DiCaprios, those are the people that laid a path that you aspire to as a young man, as a young artist. You know, you get inspired by these people when you're young, and sometimes the world puts you down, you know, and doesn't encourage you to dream. And this movie is exclusively about that. It's about following your dreams, you know. Even driving here through Sao Paulo, I was taking a moment to be grateful for the opportunities I had in my life going to Performing Arts High School in New York, you know, being surrounded by artists, to be able to pursue my dreams, because you need people in your corner that support you. Equally, Marty Supreme is about an underdog. It's about believing in your dreams when no one has your back, when no one believes in you, when the people you think love you the most, that claim to be in love with you, don't have your back. And then he's somehow persevering through it to be the greatest table tennis player of all time.
I think the movie is also about belief, you know, and understanding who are those who believe in you, and understanding that's the gasoline that we all need in life.
Yeah. And Josh, your films are always defined by a very palpable tension and a frenetic pace. How does your characteristic handheld camera, the real-time narration style translate into the 1950s setting of Marty Supreme?
Well, you know, when I'm making a film, I try to embed myself into the perspectives of the characters, and I try to be subjective as much as possible. This film centers around Marty Mauser, played by Timmy, and you know, he's always on the move. He's a mouse, you can't catch him. And you know, as many predators as there are out there who want to try to kill him, he always survives. So in keeping that subjectivity, I wanted to keep the camera as buried into his perspective as possible, and that meant being on Steadicam a lot. You know, Steadicam is an incredible invention that was invented in the 70s and the 80s, and it allowed the camera to move in a way that dolly tracks and other big pieces of equipment don't allow you to. It allows you to fit into small corners, and we were blessed to have a camera operator, Colin Anderson, who is a genius with the camera. So he's able to stay close to Marty, and I think being pinned and attached to a character for that amount of time adds to a little bit. I think the subjectivity creates a certain sort of urgency and tension.
Timothée, do you think this combination will surprise the audience?
A combination of Josh and I?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give all the credit to Josh. He's an unconventional filmmaker, an unconventional storyteller. That's why, genuinely, we were so excited to come to CCXP, because the kinds of films that come here, the kind of movies that come here tend to be a bigger studio film, superhero film. The last time I was here, I was with Dune Part 2, which I'm equally extremely proud of. But a movie like this, an 824 film, driven singularly by Josh, our director's vision, and for it to have credit, it could be up here talking a lot of bullshit about, oh, this is how we went about it, and we're proud of the way we went about it, but the thing is actually good. It's actually good, and usually you don't want to say that, don't want to come off the wrong way, but people got to see this fucking movie, so we got to say it.
I couldn't agree more. But to give everyone a taste of what's to come, what do you guys think? Should we maybe show them a scene from the movie? Should we do that? Do you guys want to see a scene from Marty Supreme? Vocês querem ver uma cena do filme?
No. Sorry.
No?
I don't want to show it. I'm sorry.
He's joking.
Oh, okay, so he's not feeling
He's
like...
joking.
Guys, make some noise!
That's okay. Is that okay? Yeah.
Alright.
Just one thing, everyone, put the cell phones down. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was intense. That was intense. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Guys, after that, we need to know.
Did you guys recut it?
I don't think so. No, we couldn't do it.
I cannot answer that question because I don't know. But
No, it was great to share that for you. The energy in the room, you could feel it.
what was it like to film that scene? I mean, Tyler the creator, and all.
I know we have some Tyler the Creator fans here, right? Now to segue into a serious conversation. That was a sort of a chaotic shoot. Those were overnights. We have to shoot overnight every night for a week from, let's say, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. because you're only getting night shots. We were in a town called Goshen, New York. It was quite cold. And Josh just has this incredible way of capturing chaos on camera. It's very unconventional. What you guys just saw picked up right in the middle of the movie. So you're probably thinking, where's the table tennis? What was that about? But it's one of the glorious things about this movie. It's very non-linear, and you never really know where it's going.
Yeah, the dog must have been a little confusing. It's not when you see the film. That, what I like watching that, and all I can think of is we built that whole gas station. Jack Fisk had to put water lines underneath so it could come up. All those people you see who come and attack them, none of them, most of them are not actors. They've never acted before. And you're using their energy and giving them the freedom, and in between, I'm really riling them up. I'm telling them things that get them angry, so that when they come at Timmy, they're saying 15, 20 lines that are not in the script, and he's forced to be like the main character and stay on his toes. But like Timmy said, I can't imagine what it's like to watch this and not know the context, but... And Tyler is amazing in the whole film. Tyler is... he really is. Tyler had a line about Timmy in 2017, right? Yeah, and and I got them together at my office back then, and I've always thought that they could play best friends. And the moment you see in the beginning when they're dancing together, to me what's special about the film is that it's chasing happiness, and that's pure joy for me. That's two friends not existing in time. And that is such a special moment to have a friend that you can experience that with. And Tyler has that. If you hang out with Tyler, he lives outside of time, and I think he brought that to the movie.
Absolutely. And as you're saying, you let them free to improvise. How that enhances the realism that you try to put on the screen, and how much for you does that help you to be in character all the time and build up?
There's some scenes, I'll let him answer that because I'll say one thing. There's some scenes where I really pushed for reality to make its way into the script, but I was surprised recently when I went back to look at the script how much was actually there. And it's a testament to him because there's a lot of dialogue in the film. And just as he was prepared for the table tennis, and you're gonna see, I think, a little bit of table tennis coming up, he was so, Marty is such a larger-than-life character. And Timmy's style of acting is larger-than-life realism. And I think that in order to capture realism, reality in the way that he does, my job was to throw as much stimuli as possible at him, so then he can see how he tries to stay on track, because that's like Marty's life. He's being thrown all these curveballs, and his whole thing is just stay focused, stay focused, stay focused.
It's perfectly said. I mean, just because the movie feels so chaotic doesn't mean that the vast majority of the dialogue you see is scripted well in advance. The plot points are all scripted well in advance. So there's a level of improvisation sometimes, but really, it was on the page,
Controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos.
And Marty Mauser is driven by passion and also by an ambition that borders on self-destruction. Do you think, is there anything else that he's trying to prove that goes far beyond the sport?
Yeah, I think he's trying to prove his self-worth, his manhood, his adulthood, his meaning.
He's so young.
And he is 23 in the movie, so...
He's my age.
There you go. So...
And the movie is also kind of about a boy becoming a man in many ways, and it's about fathering your inner childhood and figuring out a way to turn that into manhood. And I think that Marty has this supreme vision of himself. He's Marty Supreme, just like he's Timothée Supreme, just like and I believe that we all have a supreme vision of ourselves, and I think it's important that we try to be that, and we can do that in small ways, we can do it in big ways, and I think Marty has a big vision of himself.
You do. I know that. Both of you. And well, speaking a little bit more, let's talk a little bit more about this cast, because it's amazing. I want to know what was the atmosphere on set like during scenes, like that one chaos you were saying, but having Tyler going up, Gwyneth Paltrow, how do you bring, how was bring her back for a start?
It was hard, she said I couldn't get the meeting for many years. And then I said to my agents, I said, just get me in her house. I'll get it done. And I was like, Marty, you try to be a magician, and I left, and I just told her about the character, and I had this big backstory. I didn't share a script yet, and I think the character was very attractive to her. The idea of herself playing an actress who retired, who comes back, who's inspired, and in the clip you're seeing her be inspired by a young man's passion and a young man's dream. And she's somebody who gave up on her dream for a more comfortable life. And I think that obviously that Gwyneth doesn't have anything in common with that, but I think the idea of her playing an actress who returns to acting, returns to the stage, the vulnerability that's there. She was nervous. She was really nervous. Before we did the first take, she looked at me, she said, I hope I remember how to do this. And I thought she was joking, but she was serious. And that's what makes her such a special person, because she's in touch with the vulnerable side, which I think all actors must be. and you know, so I was very lucky for her to do that, because when you're casting a film, I don't care if it's a person with one line or a person with a million lines like Timmy. You're casting somebody and you're bringing their entire past to the film. If I cast Gwyneth, I'm actually bringing her entire filmography to the film. If I cast Tyler, I'm bringing his exuberance, his performative self, the person you know on stage, the person who is wild, who has unpredictable energy. You know, is someone like Kevin O'Leary. I don't know how big Shark Tank is in Brazil, but with Kevin, he doesn't have to open his mouth once to know that he's a ruthless American corporate capitalist who's an asshole. So you feel that right away, and I think it's so important to know when you're casting a movie that you're bringing an entire amount of baggage. And then with people who've never acted before, it's great because you get to learn who they are in real time.
And I about the cast, I was working more time with.
The cast was extraordinary. As Josh said before, there's a lot of non-actors, non-actresses in the movie too, which keeps you really on your toes. And Josh has got this amazing thing where he doesn't really want actors on screen, he wants people representing real life. It sounds like a very pretentious thing to say, but every time he put me or any of the actors opposite someone that was just cast, something electric would happen. Maybe not immediately, and sometimes there would be a learning curve, but he's an amazing method of working, and I've gotten to work for 6, 7, 8 years at a good level in movies, and he's really got the most idiosyncratic approach I've seen of anybody I work with, like very, very singular and specific.
What question about this one thing? Because about this casting, you're saying non-actors couldn't not think about City of God, the Brazilian movie.
Yeah, yes. And Pichote as well. Pichote, Hector Babenco. Those two films were incredibly foundational for me as a teenager and as a young man. The energy of both of those films, I know they inspired some of my favorite filmmakers as well, and those filmmakers very much understand that to be a star has nothing to do with fame or fortune. Everyone can be a star. A star is somebody who is iconic, an iconic person who walks into a room. We all know people like that. We all be like, oh, you know, there's Hector. Hector's here. You know he's here without seeing him enter the door because you can see everybody's face. That could be bad. That might not be a good thing, but at least they're a star and they have a gravitational pull around them. And I think that, you know, me, my casting director, Jennifer Vendetti, and you know, we cast 3,500 extras in this film, and every single face, we took a lot of, you know, we spent a lot of time picking those people because every face tells a story.
And Timothée, you're talking about your last visit here to CCXP, and it was amazing. It was so loud. It was one of the loudest panels we had so far. I remember that it took us 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know, till you could speak a word.
That was amazing.
What do you remember about those?
I had an incredible experience. It was so foundational for me. I said, I want to come back with Marty Supreme. I want to come back with Dune Part 3 next year. I speak on behalf of no one but myself, but I would love it. And it's just, you guys have such a passionate film community here. And Marty's a movie about passion. It's a movie about passion, so this makes perfect sense to be here and to talk about Marty Supreme.
I've seen you with your fans. Yeah. What was that like?
It was great. I mean, you guys got the best fans in the world. It's like, you guys you know, people are really crazy here in a good way. You know, people are very passionate.
And you had your pop-up store, Marty Supreme pop-up store here in Brazil as well? I was here, I couldn't go there.
Why didn't you come?
Yes, you haven't?
I got one for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's gonna deliver February 2028.
Okay.
All right.
January 23rd.
January 23rd, 2028.
Oh, that was
That
amazing.
joke didn't land. That's all right.
Guys, unfortunately, we're reaching the end of our panel.
Oh, we didn't get to watch the other scene.
So,
Oh, okay. I spoke too soon.
it's a spoiler. I mean, we love spoilers. It's fine.
Then we don't have to. Let's go. Thank you, everybody.
No. We really want to watch it. But I just wanted to thank you guys for the amazing moment that we had together. I cannot wait for the movie to arrive.
Thank you.
Everybody's gonna love it. Is there any message that you guys would like to leave to this amazing crowd that we have here on the Thunder stage? Guys, it's not over yet.
No, they're trying to come here. But
Okay.
stay on your seats,
So just thank you guys for being here.
Stay
We
on
really
your seats.
appreciate it. Hope you see this movie January 22nd. We got one more clip to show you guys real quick, so please enjoy it.
The phonies.
Tá na metade ali da bola. Thank you.